Because if Hunter Biden was transgender, trans Hunter Biden. Oh my god, guys! What if Pappy was woke? Crazy idea, chat. Crazy idea. That would be crazy. That would be like, what if I was like, yeah, humans' rights, women's rights, men's rights, um, lefty rights. Okay. Guess who's live? I need you. I'm live. Oh my god, no way. Okay. And it's posted. Welcome in, everybody. How are you tonight? Welcome in, Wintergreen. Welcome in, Pinballer. Welcome, 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 welcome. Or should I say, welcome? Okay, I make that joke like every single stream, you know? Maybe one day a whale will be in my stream and the whale will come on stream. I think that would be pretty crazy. Guys, maybe that'll happen at the beach episode. Maybe that'll happen at the beach episode. Okay? I'm throwing it out there, guys. I'm throwing it out there. I might hire a whale. Also, thank you, Wintergreen, for the sub with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm setting up on my live stream settings right now. Holy fucking shit! Thank you for the Prime sub, though. That was very cool. Very epic and awesome indeed. Also, welcome in, Goth Moth. Hello, hello, hello. Or should I say, oh hell no, oh hell no, oh hell no? That would be mean. I like you guys. I wouldn't say oh hell no to you guys being in here. That would be a little rude and mean, and like I'm not rude and mean. I'm very nice and cool and awesome, but I have a twinge bit of an evil side to me. You know? I'm like an anti-hero, you know? I'm a bit like I'm trying to think of like an anti-hero. I'm a bit like the Punisher, you know, guys. I beat up people but I do it in an illegal way. I'm like kind of like Batman. I'm kind of like Batman, but I'm a little bit edgy. Okay, call me edgy, guys. Do you guys? Sometimes I wonder what the kids in high school who are always talking about how edgy they were. I kind of wonder what they're up to. You know, like sometimes I wonder. You know, sometimes I wonder. I'm like, I kind of wonder what that like. I don't know why the kids who always were like, yeah, I'm into dark humor. Why did they always have red hair? There was like red buzzed hair, dude. Or like they always had like like buzzed head, and they were like, yeah, I like edgy humor, like iDubbbz, and you're like, that's not that it like okay. I don't know. Sometimes they would be like, I'm into edgy humor, like Filthy Frank. Filthy Frank was just gross. It wasn't edgy. Like I don't know, like Filthy Frank's videos. It's kind of crazy how it Joji literally went from being like Filthy Frank to being like Joji, like the singer. I feel like that is a crazy transition, you know? Even crazier than transitioning from male to female. But I don't know, I'm pretty crazy. Maybe I'm biased. Actually, I probably am biased. You could say I am the biased. That was a bisexual joke. Because I am the biased, you know, like the most bi person. Anyway, you guys get the joke, but welcome in! Welcome in, chatters! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Hi, beautiful. I wanted to say, much love from Memphis. Thank you. Memphis is an awesome city. Memphis is a cool city. Tennessee. Chatter, you're the only 10 I see. That was it. Guys, that was a Tennessee joke. probably never heard before. It's totally not like everybody ever says that about when someone says they're from Tennessee, you know? Sweet tea? I do. I made some watermelon iced tea. I bought a watermelon at the grocery store the other day. And half of it I cut up into like watermelon slices, and then the other half of it I put in a blender and then I strained it to get like the watermelon juice. And then I put that in the iced tea with like half a cup of sugar. Obviously, this isn't half a cup of sugar in here. This isn't half. I'm saying I made like a 2 liter thing of iced tea and I put half a cup of sugar. Okay, guys? Okay. How tall are we? I'm 7'12". No more ads. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Everybody else is on an ad break on Twitch, but you are not on an ad break. Very cute, Princess. That's very cute. Very awesome. Do you guys ever like you guys ever think about things? You guys ever go, whoa. What if my brain was like what if my brain actually brain, you know? What if my brain did that, you know? Like what that would be kind of crazy. Also, sorry, Colton. The auto mod flags spam messages. So if you spam more than like 3 or 4 times, you get like flagged. So I wouldn't keep putting like the pride flags because it will flag it as spam. So yeah. Are you gay? Yes. Bisexual to be precise. This is why you should sub to Pappy. That's true. That's actually so true, Wintergreen. Blender, what am I supposed to do? Animate? That's so funny. It's like I've never heard that joke before. I've never heard that joke before. But yeah, your brain is damaged. I've only ever had one concussion, so it's only like slightly damaged. Only slightly damaged, not very damaged. Just slightly though. Slightly though. Rip Oliver Tree. Yeah, I heard about that. I never really liked Oliver Tree's music. Okay, but I did like all the promotional stuff he did for his music. Okay, he was a very fun artist to like pay attention to and watch because he would do like random crazy stuff. Oh my god, guys, it's actually really sad. I literally picked up my camera lens like cap and the plastic thing broke. Does it still snap on the lens? Oh, it still snaps. We're good, guys. We're good. No problem. You're 7'12". That's cool. I'm 9'11". 9'11". Oh my god, welcome in, first top chatter. Yeah, I remember 9/11 like it was yesterday, guys. I remember 9/11 like it was yesterday. Okay. I was alive for 9/11. I remember it, guys. I remember it very vividly, okay? Sure, I might have only been 5 days old. Okay, I might have only been 5 days old, but I was sucking on a pair of twins. Well, the twins fell, if you catch my drift. I was breastfeeding. Okay, guys, I was 5 days old when 9/11 happened, so that's pretty awesome. Trans, yes. Yeah. Yeah. You sound like Captain America. Interesting. Honestly, not that bad. Yeah. Thank you. Happy to be here. I'd rate it I'd rate it a 9 out of 11. Okay, guys, my stream's at least a 10, okay? Cuz this is like the best stream that you've ever watched. Yeah. I just yeah. 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 Are you Caitlyn Jenner? No, I'm not evil. I'm not evil, and I've never killed anybody in a car crash, so no, I'm not Caitlyn Jenner. Do you guys know that Caitlyn Jenner killed someone in a car crash? And the craziest thing is she did it after she transitioned. So that really goes to show you that, like, women do be worse yeah, she did it early on, she did it early into her transition. Okay, that's So basically, like, sexism confirmed, I guess. Holy shit, a 100-day watch streak. Oh my god. Holy fucking poop. Holy poop. Holy poop, 100-day watch streak. I've been live 100 days in a row. That's crazy. Canceled? Guys, am I canceled? Oh no. Um, yeah. Yeah, so, um, yeah. You are pretty cute, though we are never gonna meet. I'm from Sweden. Oh, I live in Sweden. I live in Sweden. I literally live in Sweden. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't live in Sweden. If I lived in Sweden, it'd be dark outside. Um, so yeah. I actually live in Antarctica. So yeah, gender affirming trans misogyny. Yeah, or a Tim, trans inclusive misogynist. Yeah. Yeah. I've like it's kind of crazy because I've met like people who are Tims before. Like I feel like usually they're chasers. Okay, I've met quite a few chasers that are Tims that are like yeah, I believe trans women are women, and that's why you should be in the kitchen making me a sandwich. And I'm like, um, awesome on the trans inclusive part. The misogyny, not so much. You're gonna need to. That's a little yikes, but yeah. Um, yeah, it is kind of wild. Some people have very contradictory, and interesting views. Uh, yeah, yeah. Hi, Pappy. Welcome in, Hammock. Welcome. I'm above making a sandwich though. I'm a trad coated girly. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, like as a woman, I get offended when someone tells me to like go to the kitchen and make them a sandwich because I can make way more than a sandwich. Like I'm a pretty good cook, and you asking me to make just like a sandwich is a little insulting to my skills as a cook. You know, like I've worked in restaurants for like 4.5 years. Like I I know how to cook. Okay, it's like my biggest hobby. I do it every day. Okay, I love it. Okay, I know a thing or two about it. Okay, but men still want to tell me to go into the kitchen and like make them a sandwich. Like you can ask for more. You know. Grilled cheese sandwich. Yeah, yeah, more like a sandwich. Okay, because they're so slutty. Okay, sandwiches more like a sandwich. How slutty it is, being a piece of meat in between two buns. Okay, that's pretty slutty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A sandwich is literally two buns with a piece of meat inside of it. That is so slutty. No wonder they're called a sandwich. Okay, they really do be a winch. Okay. Yeah. Chicken Alfredo. Go make me roast duck, woman. I have to go to the store. I've never actually cooked duck before. I've never cooked duck before, but I'm sure I could do it. I'm sure I could do it. Um, I know how you are supposed to cook duck. I've watched enough cooking competitions to know how to sear a duck. Have I ever seared a duck? No. Is it that serious? Siri, like sear. Um, Pappy has a blank check. Wait, you guys are gonna get who's giving me a blank check? Blank check. Yeah. Oh my god, guys, Freedom 250 is taking place in like Freedom 250, guys. Freedom 250 is taking place right now. Okay, hopefully it's raining. Freedom 250, guys. Oh my god, Donald Trump's event, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god, it took place. I don't even know what any of it means. Uh, what is it? Oh, the New York Times is saying there's a weather delay. New York Times, UFC live update after bat. Oh, the start fight starts. Fight. Oh yeah, it starts on time. The craziest thing to me is like, right, like they're doing this like stupid Freedom 250 event on the White House lawn. Okay, and I, as an American citizen, can't even watch it for free. I gotta have Paramount Plus. What the fuck? If you're gonna have an event on the people's lawn, okay, at the people's house, and I have to pay to watch it to a private company, that's a scam, bro. That's a scam. It's also stupid and looks, yeah, paid for with taxpayer money too, by the way. Yeah, stupid. Trump's birthday today? Yeah, I hope he has a horrible birthday. You know, I hope he gets presents that he doesn't want. I hope he gets clothing that doesn't fit and he has to return it. That's what I hope. Yeah. Yeah. Is being trans natural? Yeah. What if Trump was transgender? Well, Trump does have like an ass, like a big beautiful ass. Notice how I said big beautiful ass, okay? Trump do got a nice big beautiful ass, so I think if Trump were to start taking estrogen, like I mean, he's got the dumpy a little bit for it. So like I don't know, Trump transitioning, you know, you know, from Donald to Donna, Donna Trump, okay? Donna Trump with the big dump Trump, okay? Big dump truck, okay? Big big fat thick booty. Yeah. So Rowlet plush, thank you for noticing the Rowlet plush. What are you drinking? It's iced tea. It's iced tea. Um, yeah. Estrogen is not doing that man any favors. Okay, but I'm saying if Trump took estrogen, he's already got a fat plump ass. Like have you seen that photo of him playing tennis? Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Okay, that photo of him playing tennis. Yow! Holy moly. What a dump truck, okay? Yeah, what a dump truck. Are you an atheist? Yes. Um, you know, but that thing is juicy, okay? That thing is juicy. Yeah. It's the fluffy diaper. True, true. Maybe it is the diaper. Maybe you guys are right. Also, welcome in first time chatter. Welcome in format control. Maybe Trump just has a fat ass cuz like his diaper, Maybe he doesn't have a big dumpy. Maybe he's got nothing under there, okay? Maybe he's got no cheeks. That kind of be disappointing. Yeah. That's why he's doing UFC on the White House because he likes men. Yeah, honestly, yeah, for Trump's birthday, he's literally throwing an event where big, muscular, big, buff men wrestle each other and fight each other, and they're all sweaty and they grapple each other and bring each other to the ground. Sounds kind of gay to me. What's your favorite Southern food? Definitely pulled pork. Pulled pork, collard green. Okay, like my perfect Southern plate. Okay, pulled pork sandwich. Okay, pulled pork sandwich with cornbread, mac and cheese, and collard greens. Um, that's like if we're talking Southern food, that's like uh yeah. We all know it's a diaper. Yeah. Yeah. You ever got into a full blown fist fight with a ghost? Um, no, no. I have gotten into fist fights though. Okay, I have gotten into fist fights though. Okay, okay. Back, back in my school days. Okay. Well, obviously, I did Taekwondo growing up, but that's not fist fights. That's more like kicking fights. But like growing up, I did get into quite a few fights as a kid. Um, the most notable ones. I fought my neighbor one time on the school bus. This is actually a crazy ass story. I don't think I've ever told this story on stream before. Okay, I don't think I've ever told this story on stream before. Okay, okay. So I was in eighth grade. I was in eighth grade, um, and like my bus stop was literally the last bus stop on the school bus. But that doesn't really matter for this story. But me and my neighbor were riding on the bus, okay, and I was talking to like the person across, and my neighbor who was like a sixth grader kept butting in, okay, kept butting into our conversation, annoying ass little shit. So I told him to stop, and then he threw water on me. So then I went across into his seat and like beat the shit out of him. Justified, okay? Justified. Okay? And then, sometimes someone's just gotta get like hit a couple times to shut up, you know? Maybe that's not the best way to go about things. Okay, but that's what I did. That's what I did. And then we get to a red light, and this car behind us, okay, stops. She gets out of her car, knocks on like the door to the bus, and the bus driver opens the door like to talk to this lady. She walks on the bus. She storms on the bus. This is like a middle-aged mom, okay? This is like a middle-aged okay? This is like a middle-aged woman, okay? Middle-aged mom of fucking 3 probably, okay? Walks on the bus, doot doot doot, starts yelling at me and my neighbor, okay? And it's like, "I saw you hit him, la 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 la. What school do you go to? What are your names?" Like, all this and that, like all mad, all red faced. Then she this goes on for like 10 minutes, okay? You should have beat her up too, honestly. Okay? And like she gets off the bus. And my bus driver was like, "I didn't see nothing." Okay, because let's be real, bus drivers don't give a shit. Okay, it would take a bus driver more time to write something up than like write up the kids who are like getting into fights on the bus or like, like making out under blankets and stuff. But anyway, the next day in school, the like assistant principal calls both of like me and my neighbor in, and they're like, "Look, we can't have you fighting on the bus, okay? So both of you guys are gonna be suspended from the bus." And there was only like 2 or 3 weeks left in school, so like, and I was in eighth grade, so me getting suspended from the bus is like, okay, I don't have to ride the bus for 3 weeks. That's fucking awesome, okay? For the last 3 weeks of school, that's fucking awesome, okay? But then he's like, "Okay, both of you are suspended from the buses. Might go on your permanent record." It was getting suspended from the school bus. It's not going on my permanent record, bro. I'm going to show up to an employer and they're going to be like, "So, you got suspended from the bus in eighth grade? You want to tell us about that?" No, that's like, what do you mean? It wasn't like legal. There was no like charges or anything pressed. It's not going to go on my permanent record. But literally, so then what happens, like, as the assistant principal is talking to us, is he's like, "Yeah, you guys have a bus suspension, but I need you guys to tell me more about this woman that got on the bus and like what happened and how she was able to get on the bus." Because he was like, it's more of a safety concern that a random ass woman was able to walk onto a school bus, at a red light than anything else. But that's the story of how I got suspended from the school bus, for fighting my neighbor. And then the funny thing was, our parents just carpooled each other, because we were both suspended from the bus, and we literally lived 5 houses away from each other. So it's like, oh yeah, you take him to, like, my parents were like, oh, we'll take him to school in the morning. You pick him up in the afternoon, stuff like that. So all in all, wasn't actually a punishment. Actually, kind of goated. Actually, kind of like didn't have to ride a bus. Yeah, and then yeah, the other fight that I got the other fight that I got into in school was my freshman year of high school. My freshman year of high school, we were playing dodgeball in the gym, okay? We were playing dodgeball in the gym, and it was like, because, like, as a freshman, like, at the high school that I went to, you had to take, like, a gym class. And most people, you had to take one gym class. And most people did that their freshman year. So I took the gym class my freshman year, right? Um, and we were playing dodgeball, but that day in particular, the weightlifting class played dodgeball against us. So we were playing against, like, seniors that were in weightlifting class. Okay? And these jackass, there was like a group of like 3 or 4 jackass dipshit seniors, okay? Who specifically, while playing dodgeball, were trying to throw the ball at people's heads as hard as possible. And, like, the teachers told them to knock it off, but they kept doing it. And one of them popped me in the head, like, really hard. So after, because, like, it hurt. It fucking hurts getting, like, hit in the head with a dodgeball from a fucking senior who's taking weightlifting, okay? And you're a tiny little freshman. So I literally just, like, sprinted at the senior and literally shouldered into him and tackled him to the ground. And I only got, like, 1 or 2 hits in before, like, before, like, the teachers broke it up. But the one thing, I didn't get into any trouble. And I think it's because both the, like, both the teachers were fed up with the seniors, like, throwing balls at kids' heads. And I think the teachers were like, well, that's what you get when you, like, throw a ball at someone's head as hard as possible. Those kids were total assholes. That's what I'm saying. And they weren't just doing it to specific kids. They were doing it to, like, everyone. Like, they were literally throwing, like, dodgeballs as hard as possible at, like, the girl who's in gym class who's just there because she has to take the class, who's like, the type that's like, they somehow always forget their gym clothes. You kind of know what I'm getting at. They were throwing at, like people like her, and I was like, dog, little Pappy serving justice for real, okay? But yeah, that was pretty awesome too. Also, Charizardus, thank you for the follow on Twitch. But we never played dodgeball again in gym class, so that's a little sad. We didn't play dodgeball in gym after that. Instead of playing, because dodgeball was our go-to, but then after that happened, mat ball became our go-to game in gym. So yeah. So that was like that's my story of the fights that I got into. So yeah, isn't that pretty fun? Wow, chat. Wow. Yeah, you guys are learning about me, all about me. Yeah. And then also, like, obviously these were, like, sanctioned fights. It was sparring. Like, when I did Taekwondo in, like, middle school, like, that was, like, I would take the advanced sparring classes in middle school, and because there was no one else my size, but, like, the little, like, 5'1" Korean woman who was, like, a 6-degree black belt, okay, in Taekwondo that taught the class. She was like the only person that was like my height because I was in like 6th grade and I took the advanced sparring classes. She would be my sparring partner. Holy fuck, she would kick the shit out of me. Holy moly, okay? Like, I don't think you guys understand how powerful of like 5 foot tall, okay, 6th degree black belt is. Okay, I think even if you were like 7 feet tall, you wouldn't stand a chance. Okay, she was fast, bro. Her kicks were fast and hard. um, Dodgeball with rubber balls should be a war crime. No, they were like the soft, like squishy ones, but they still hurt. We never. I grew up. I like growing up like Gen Z. We phased out like the big like red dodgeballs. You know. How's your day been? My day has been good. My day has been good. I'm chilling, live streaming. Um, yeah. People forget identity is different from sex or gender. Yeah. I mean, sex and gender are different, right? Like sex is like scientific. Sex is related to like many different things. And then gender is how you choose to perceive yourself, and how others perceive you. You know, it's gender is social, sex is physical. Yeah. Why did you take Taekwondo? Okay, because I was okay. Literally, my parents signed me up for Taekwondo because I was getting bullied a lot. That's no joke. That's why my parents signed me up for Taekwondo because I was getting bullied a lot, and they were like, well, because the school wasn't doing anything about like me reporting the bullying, so my parents were like, well, if anyone ever decides to like physically hurt you, you need to be like prepared. So that's why I started taking Taekwondo, and I looked into taking Taekwondo classes as an adult, because I was like, it seems fun. They are not cheap. God damn. God damn. I looked into taking Taekwondo classes like a year ago as an adult. It was like $200 a month. On it, like what? That's crazy. Um, is it true all femboys are closeted trans people, or do they lose their magic with twink death if they don't transition by their 20s? Not all femboys are trans women, you know? Some femboys will face twink death and then just become cross dressers, you know? Like cross dressing and being trans is not the same thing, right? Like cross dressing is very much it's very much like a kink that people have, right? But being a trans person, like this isn't a kink or a fetish. Like this is how I appear in my everyday life. This is how I look like, you know? Um yeah. I do have a question. I've fought against many labels my whole life. Why are so people into labeling themselves now? In the 90s, labels were lame as fuck. I think it's just an easy way to describe yourself, right? Like like I say that I'm bisexual, but in terms of like my sexuality, I mean sexuality is very different, and I feel like my bisexuality is very like fluid in terms of like sometimes I'm way more attracted to men, and then other times I'm way more attracted to women. It just flips. Also thank you Zen Activity for the follow. Also welcome in Dig Dog, welcome in first time Chatta, welcome in. Um yeah, but I think some people like labels because it gives a way, like an easy way to explain themselves. But like everyone's gender like expression and sexuality is different depending on how they express it and what they like, you know. So it's not it's much more complicated, but I think labels give people an easy way to describe it, you know. Um, and I don't think the world is at a point where we could go without labels, you know. especially when talking about gender and sexuality, you know? Because to go without labels to be would be people would have to recognize that like sexuality and gender is fluid and dynamic and is different depending on the person. Um, but I'm a femboy. Congratulations, congratulations, Chatter, on being a femboy. I guess I don't know why I said congratulations on being a femboy. Um, yeah. Um, yeah. Left-handed, very strange. What do you mean? I'm ambidextrous. I'm ambidextrous. Like I write with my left hand, but I do most other tasks with like my left hand. It's kind of the way I'd explain it is if it involves using like my whole hand or like my whole arm, I usually use my left hand. But then if it's usually like fine, like in the fingers, I usually use my right hand. Um, Kind of interesting. Like I prefer to drink like water or like drink or like wipe my ass with my left hand. Maybe that was too TMI. Maybe you guys didn't need to know that I wipe with my left hand. Um, what's your opinions on minors transitioning and getting HRT? Well, I think minors, will you be my second wife? um, Thank you for
Will
the
you be my
$10 super
second
chat.
wife?
But maybe. Um, I don't know. I don't know anything about you to become your second wife. Like I got to know a little bit more about you. Um, but in terms of minors transitioning, like obviously, like HRT is very different from a social transition. Like I don't think there's any harm in letting a minor socially transition. Like if a minor wants to like grow their hair out or change their name and pronouns, that that's no harm at all. It's like whatever. In terms of like HRT, that's something that should obviously not be taken lightly, especially if the person transitioning is a minor. um, and the way it is now, if you're a minor and you're seeking to transition and get on HRT, usually you have to see multiple psychologists. You have to see a doctor. Um, you have to see therapist, and it usually takes about 2 to 3 years if you're a minor to get on HRT. And I think if a kid has gone through all of that like medical like examination and like treatment and therapy and stuff like that, and it's a transition is still something they want, sure, like I don't see a problem with that. But I think a lot of people think, oh, minors transitioning is like a kid comes out and they're instantly put on hormones. Like that's not how that works. Um, you know, um, it's still if you're, and also too like, I think there's so much of a focus on like, for example, minors being able to transition or not, but it's like honestly, like it depends on the age too. Like obviously, a 12-year-old doesn't need hormones, maybe besides hormone blockers, but like if you're 16, if you're 16, yes, you are still technically a minor, but you do have medical authority over your don't you think the belief of the parents and people around the minor can affect the gender's perception of gender? Yeah, I mean, they can. That's why a lot of people don't transition. Is why a lot of people transition. But I don't think, like, for me, having been like a trans kid, like obviously I wasn't out at the time, but like I don't see a regular cis kid I don't I don't see them going through like 2 to 3 years of like therapy and consultations and talking to psychologists about like being trans unless they're actually trans, you know? And I think like if a like trans minor wants to get access to hormones, that doesn't really bother me. I think surgeries is a different story. Um, I think for a lot of trans kids, obviously, not that many trans kids are getting trans surgeries. It's very rare, but obviously, I think it's like to like I don't see why if you're like a trans kid.
Don't let them haters get to you, girl. You a baddie.
Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Um, yeah, but that's just my opinion on it, you know. And like it's a decision between the doctors, the parents, and the child themselves, you know. Like I don't believe that it's my place to tell other people how to live their life, you know. Like there are plenty of medical things that people do that I don't necessarily like or agree with. I think sometimes a lot of people get a lot of cosmetic surgeries. I don't necessarily agree with, not disagree with cosmetic surgeries, but like, and also too, it's like so many people are worried about trans kids, you know, but there are plenty of other surgeries or things that kids get that are, I guess, damaging and do irreparable harm to the body, which is like what transphobes claim that transitioning does to children, you know, but like I think circumcision is fucked up. I think that's a fucked up practice. I think that's messed up. Okay? I think it's messed up that uh parents can decide to have their child circumcised like right at their birth. You know, I think that's really weird and I think that's kind of bad, you know. But whenever we talk about bodily autonomy, it somehow always is like only matters when it's like, oh, what if a child wants to transition? You know, it's like, okay, whatever. Um, yeah. Jazz Jennings got the surgery at 17. Yeah. Um, but 17 is technically the age that you would have, you get medical consent over your body at the age of 16. Um, I don't think a lot of people know that. Like you can make medical decisions without your parents' knowledge at the age of 16 if you're over the age of 16, you know? Like that's how plenty of 16-year-olds get on birth control and stuff like that. Um, the human brain is mature at 25. That study is actually a lie because the brain doesn't ever stop maturing. The brain slows down at the rate it matures, but the study that showed that the brain stops maturing at 25, it says the brain stops maturing at 25 because that's when they stop studying and following the people that they were looking at brain development. But your brain consistently develops and changes. It's why things like trauma can have a significant impact on your brain because they can change how your gray matter in your brain works. But yeah. Also, welcome in first time chatter, no Bex. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Do you think trans porn content creators are the problem with people's public perception of the trans community? Um, I think trans people that do sex work aren't to blame for people's perception of trans people, you know? I think a lot of trans people go into porn because that is the only way that they can make a living, or one of the few ways that they can make a decent living without being discriminated based on their gender identity. Um, so I think trans people doing porn, I feel like is more of a cycle of, or a more of an example of how oppression leads people into doing things like sex work. But also thank you, EID, for the follow. Thank you very much. Do you support alcoholics? This is a serious question. Alcoholics play in a role in society if you think about it. Yeah, I mean, like, in what way do I support alcoholics? Like, would I want an alcoholic to buy alcohol? No, right? But like, what do you? I'm like confused by that question. But also cheese guy or chess guy plays. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. That was very awesome. That was very awesome. Um, but like, I think supporting alcoholics in like what way, you know? Because like I think like you should offer not financial support to alcoholics or drug addicts, right? Because like oftentimes they'll use that money to like keep themselves in the cycle. But I think there are ways you can support people with drug addictions. Obviously, a lot of people with drug addiction struggle with other issues, and often need mental support, or housing. You know, it's I think it's just yeah. Uh, I think public perception of the trans community is skewed because of simply looks. As someone who works in heavy testosterone masculine workforces, high rise slash construction, being passable is sadly very important to public perception. Yes, porn stars are hot. When I go out into public with my makeup, I get a lot of strange looks. I'm 29. And to be honest, I kind of understand why people look at me funny. I think a lot of people's perception of trans people, though, also only comes from what they see on like the news or on YouTube, like on the news, social media, and or like on porn websites. And I think that's why a lot of people have negative views of trans people because that's the only ever view they've seen. I think a lot of people's perceptions of trans people change when they actually meet someone that is trans and are able to have like an actual face to face conversation with a person that's trans, whether passable or not. Because like I've had coworkers who have admitted that like they were transphobic and then they met me and they were like, wait, all this stuff about trans people that I've heard isn't true. They're just like regular people that go about like living their lives and are just like me, you know? I think because there's so few trans people, like trans people make up less than 1% of the population. Most people have never actually met or interacted with a trans person ever. So I think that plays a perception in it. But I think most people, when they actually meet and interact with a trans person, and they go, "Oh wow, it's just like a like regular person." Yeah. Um, yeah. So yeah. Oliver Tree died. Yeah, you guys didn't hear about that? He died this morning. It's pretty sad. Also, thank you for all the jewels. Thank you very much, you guys. Demon possessed. Yeah, I am demon possessed. Why do you think it's Pride Month, bro? The YouTube comments be annoying me. The Twitch comments are better. If you want a better experience, go over to my Twitch channel. Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about diversity in the LGBTQ community? There's some trans I know who are more conservative and more retro, and I can say that. Yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of different people in the LGBTQ. You know, there are some asshole people that I've met that have been LGBTQ, there are also some pretty chill people that I've met that have been LGBTQ. Like everyone's different. I think what kind of has me questioning things sometimes a little bit in the LGBTQ community is when there are LGBTQ people that support Republicans. It's like they don't want you to have rights, bro. They want to take away your right to be able to marry. You know that, right? Like that's that a little confuses me, but like if they want to have that opinion, sure, I guess. You know. Also, thank you, Dringo. Thank you for the follow on Twitch, and also thank you, Morgan Leafe for the follow on Twitch. Very cool. What do you think about Christians? I don't mind if people are Christians. You know, like I don't care if people are religious. For me, I just don't like when people with religion are like, I'll pray for you. That stuff kind of annoys me. It's like, okay, cool. Or like they use religion to justify their hateful or bigoted opinions. I don't like that, you know. But yeah. I mean, I feel like not every Christian's a bad Christian, you know? Like, or a bad person, you know? I feel like it'd be weird to judge the annoying bad apples in Christianity and judge, like, because also there's different denominations too, you know? It's like, my parents are Catholic, they're Christian, so, like, why would I... And my parents are good people, you know? My parents are good people, but yeah. Left-handed trans girl here. Appreciate the title. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm ambidextrous, so I understand. I understand the struggle. Girl, I understand the struggle, okay? People always be saying trans rights this, trans rights this. What about the trans lefts? Okay. Also, thank you for the 30 jewels. Thank you for the flowers. Trans rights are human rights. I can't believe we're still on this about in 2026. Yeah. Trans rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights. Yeah. Trans lefties matter. Yes. The left-handed trans people matter, guys. You look. A lot of people will only say trans rights. But as an inclusive trans person, okay, who believes in intersectionality, I will also stand up for the trans left-handed people in my chat. I'll stand up for the ambidextrous trans people in my chat, okay? I'll stand up for all trans people, guys. I'm so brave. So brave. Probably the only trans creator that you'll hear say this, okay? Most trans creators I know, they don't always stand up for trans rights. Or, well, they don't always stand up for trans lefts, okay? A lot of times they only stand up for trans rights, guys. What does left trans mean? I'm just talking about left-handed trans people. It's a joke. It's a play on words. It's like trans rights. It's like obviously talking about like rights of trans people. But when I say rights, I'm like talking about rights of trans people.
Oh my god, you donated how much money? Goddamn, you rich as hell.
Also, thank you, Jay.
Jaden Ilby donated $25. Left-handed shovel and sand bucket for the beach trip?
I think so. I don't think there's a such thing as a left-handed sand bucket. There are left-handed shovels. There are left-handed shovels and brooms, but I don't think there's left-handed I don't think there's left-handed buckets. I don't think it matters what hand you use to hold a bucket, you know? Also, welcome in first time chatter, the sovereign father, thank you. Welcome in first time chatters. We love first time chatters. Yeah, we need to make a left-handed door. Honestly, sometimes I feel weird because I always go to open doors with my left hand, but then I always have to like reach across my body to open the doors, you know? It's not, they don't make it easy for us left-handed people, okay? They don't make it easy for us, okay? Like my cell phone, the buttons are on the right side, okay? But being ambidextrous, like 50% of the time I use my phone with my left hand. And then I'm like, I can't reach the buttons unless I hit them with like these fingers, but it's like I usually hold my phone lower. I usually hold my phone down here. So then like the buttons are up here. I feel like I have to reach them. Or I hold my phone like this. I can't hit the buttons like this if I'm if I'm holding my phone with my left hand. So you guys just don't get the left-handed struggle, When was your last relationship? About 2 years ago. Well, I guess like last like actual committed relationship 2 years ago. Last sexual relationship 1 month ago. Maybe that was a little too much information. Isn't a right-handed door a left-handed door on the other side? Yes. Yes. I think we should but doors usually open to the left, Like usually doors swing out to the left or like swing into the left, So it's like, yeah, it's just hard. You guys wouldn't understand it. I need to know if one of my most recent posts is left or right-handed. What do you mean? Yeah, like whenever I record videos, I always record with my left hand. That's why. So like, if you guys ever see me like recording videos on TikTok, it's always with the left hand. Always with the left hand. So yeah. I also flick it with the left. I didn't need to say that. I didn't need to say that. I didn't need to say that. That was too much information. Yeah. 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 So, TMI, lol. Yeah. Well, why do you guys always think that when I have nails, my left hand's always shorter? My left-handed nails are always shorter than my right-handed nails. Why do you think that is? Okay, let's take our guessing skills. Let's put our thinking caps on. Let's think. Yeah. You're pretty. Thank you. We need more left-handed mouses, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like I've gotten so used to like using a mouse with my right hand that it doesn't like bother me. But yeah. I would guess she's a nail biter. I don't bite my nails. I've never been a nail biter. That's gross. Like biting my nails, my hands touch everything, okay? My hands touch your mom and your dad. Like I don't want to put those in my mouth. I don't bite my nails. But if I don't have nail polish on, or like nails on, I like pick out my nails like this. I usually use like my thumb and like pick out my nails and like pick my nails off. Yeah. I'm straight as a 4x4, but you're gorgeous. Well, as someone who has built many things with wood, not every 4x4 is straight, my guy. Some 4x4s are a little bent, okay? Some 4x4s got a little bend to them. Some of them are a little warped, okay? And also a 4x4 is straight until you get it wet and apply a little pressure, and then all of a sudden it bends. That's all I'm saying. Also it's not like gay to like trans women, Yeah. Misogynist men calling people gay as if it's an insult. Yeah, for real. Beckham, you actually kind of right for that. People literally come into my comment section and be like, "You're gay." Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I am part of it. I am part of the alphabet community. Okay, the LGBTQ qua. Okay, I'm a part of them. Is that surprising? I make it pretty obvious. That's like what my whole page is about. You're gonna say, "Oh, you're gay." Yeah, I know. I know. I try to be. Yeah. I know it's straight AF. Iron beams are straight. Not with a lot of jet fuel. Actually, when they get hit with the plane and the jet fuel starts burning, then the steel beams start to burn and they start to bend, and then you have 9/11. Oh my god, dude! I just did that so I could do a 9/11 joke. That was insensitive and wrong, guys. I'd like to apologize. I'd like to grow a pair, buddy. I did. I did grow a pair. A pair of tits and a pair of balls. That's pretty awesome. Shout out to me. Cancel her. Cancel me. What the hell? My own chat's turning on me. We love you, Pappy. Thank you. Thank you. Also, the Southern, thank you for the follow. I missed that like 7 minutes ago, but thank you for the follow. Yeah. Liking trans women is gay, but it's less gay than liking, a straight up dude. Nothing. But liking trans women isn't gay. Like it's not though, because trans women are women, you know? And like, liking women as a man isn't gay, right? Like, you can have preferences, like genital preferences, right? But like, they women, so it ain't gay, you know? Also, too, some trans women have had bottom surgery. You're gonna tell me, okay, sleeping with a trans, if you're a straight guy, you're gonna tell me sleeping with a trans woman that has a pussy, that has a vagina is gay? You're saying having sex with a vagina is gay? I don't know, dude. That seems pretty straight to me. You look like a volleyball player. Well, I am 7'12", so like, yeah. Built like a chicken nugget. Which one though? Like which type? Like which kind of chicken nugget? Because there's so many different kinds of chicken nuggets. Like which one am I built like? You can't just say you're built like a chicken nugget and then not explain which chicken nugget I'm built like. Okay? I hope I look like the boot chicken nugget. You know, like, you know the cunty McDonald's boot chicken nugget? That's kind of what I hope I'm built like. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. What's your gender? I'm a trans woman. You have chicken nuggets. I wish I had chicken nuggets. I kind of wish I had chicken nuggets. Okay, I kind of forget, but like sometimes late at night, I'd be like, what if I had chicken nuggets? And then there's literally a McDonald's that is like literally right outside my door, you know? So I'm like, I just never want to go to McDonald's. I just never want to go to like McDonald's because I would have to cross the street. You sound like a Southerner because I grew up in the South. You sound like a Southerner. Yeah, I know. Did you get a nose job? No, I've never had any surgical work done. Yeah. You live next to a McDonald's? I do. I also live next to a Cane's, like a Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's is the most disappointing, like, most hyped up, disappointing thing I've ever had in my life. Okay, the first time I had Raising Cane's, all I had seen about Raising Cane's for like the past 4 years on social media was that Raising Cane's was like the greatest thing ever. And then I actually moved to a place where there's one near me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get Raising Cane's. $22 for 6 chicken tenders. $22 for 6 chicken tenders, fries, the tiniest thing of coleslaw you've ever seen, and 2 pieces of Texas toast. $22. Dog, what the hell? And then I get back to my place. I take a bite of it without the sauce. I go, that tastes like a chicken tender. Not a very interesting chicken tender. I try it with the sauce. I go, wait, that's literally just ketchup and mayo. That's literally what it is. Okay, I will say, the Texas toast was good. The Texas toast was good, okay? Cane's Texas toast is good, but it's Texas toast. Like, how could you fuck up bread and butter? You know, you can't really fuck that up, you know? Their fries, dog shit. Their fries, dog shit, okay? They give you like the little wrinkly fries that have no flavor and always need like way more salt, okay? Just no salt, like just seasoning, you know? Raising Cane's is what like a 5th grader thinks is like the shit, okay? That's what Raising Cane's is. What's your name on Twitch? It's Pappy V first. It's the same as my YouTube username. It just has 2 E's in the instead of 1. Also, thank you, Viltrum Edit, for the follow. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. $22, they robbed you. That's what I'm saying! Okay? Not only did I feel scammed, okay? Okay, granted, I did get, like, the 6 chicken tenders instead of, like, the regular 3. But I had been skateboarding all day and I was hungry. So, of course, I got the 6. Okay? Honestly, Raising Cane's, disappointed. Not that good. Now on Twitch, thank you. Welcome in, first time chatter. Also, thank you for the follow. Yeah. Who came up with that name? I came up with the name Pappy. Pappy was my Club Penguin username that I made in like 2nd grade. And then when I made a YouTube channel in 7th grade, I made it Pappy the First because that's what sounded cool to me. Hey, left-handed trans girl here. You deserve trans rights too, or should I say trans lefts? Genuine question: in what way are trans women women? It's quite literally in the name, trans woman. Trans woman is trans is an adjective. Okay, so a trans woman definitionally is a woman. Okay. Also, yeah, like that's yeah, that's what a trans woman is, a woman. Also, thank you, Renegade, for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. But yeah, now. Trans women are not female. If you want to argue with that, it's like a trans woman, yeah, you're male, but sex and gender are different, right? Okay? Gender is social. You can change how you are socially viewed and how you want to be, like, viewed socially, right? That's what trans people are doing when they transgender, which definitionally means going from one gender to another. Trans woman means you've changed your gender into being a woman, okay? Sex is like biological. That's like genitals, chromosomes, and secondary sex characteristics. But if you are a trans woman and you are on hormones, or you're a trans person and you're on hormones, you can change your secondary sex characteristics. You can also get surgeries to obviously have different genitalia. So then that just leaves like chromosomal stuff, which most people don't even like obviously there's more than just like male and female. If we're talking about like sex, there's intersex too, which encompasses a lot of different other things. Do you take hormones daily? I do my estrogen injections every Saturday. And then I take spironolactone and progesterone every day. Yeah. Do you happen to be lesbian? I'm bisexual, so yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but you're tying your definition of woman to, if not biology. Well, like, what cultures view as like women is very different depending on the culture, right? And how we view women is, it's cultural, it's societal, it's, but y'all aren't ready for that conversation. Y'all just want to have an easy answer. That's the thing. A lot of transphobes will argue, "Oh, what's a woman?" Yeah, but like, you guys want an easy answer that's black and white of man, woman, okay? But society and the world is much more complicated than that, okay? Science is much more complicated than that, okay? But yeah. Yeah. How tall? I'm 12. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think gender as particularly I feel we are overcomplicating things for no reason. I don't think it's overcomplicating, right? I don't think it's overcomplicating. I think it's just acknowledging the different systems we live under, right? Like, there's no easy answer to anything, right? Everything is complex and intertwined with each other. And if you're searching for a black and white answer to anything in this world, you're not going to find it. Because even if we took out all the like societal aspects of what like gendered like social roles are, of like what cultures deem to be like a man and what cultures deem to be like a woman. Okay, if we were to strip all that back to just like base like nature, even sex amongst animals differ, okay? Even animals throughout the animal kingdom swap genders, okay, or swap sex, okay? And like plants, for instance, some plants are both sexes. Like, it's a much more complicated thing, you know? It's not something that can be simplified down. There's no simplistic answer. Get a video of your parents saying they're proud of you. They are, though. So, but in terms of, if you want a video or want some evidence, let me see. This is shoot. This is so my mother, I got this letter last week from her, but this is my mom. She sent me a thank you letter for the Mother's Day gift I got her. She said she was very happy with her Mother's Day gift. Pretty much me and my sister paid for her to have like a stylist tell her what like colors and styles worked for her, but she wrote me a thank you letter. And also, not too long ago, my dad also wrote...
I call dibs. From the legend.
Holy shit! A $50 super chat. Good lord. Good lord. Okay, thank you. Holy shit. Thank you, Mr. Metalhead. Holy fucking... Good lord. Thank you for the $50. Holy moly. Holy moly. Also, too, I got this letter from my dad at the start of the month. It said, "Dear Zoe, I'll read it. Just a note to say hi. You continue to amaze me and baffle me with your ability to chart your own course. I've told you before that the move to blank took a lot of courage, and it was more than most people don't dare to do on their own. But you did it. Sticking to your vision of being an influencer and making money at it. That's something I just can't imagine. I'm proud of you and continue to be your biggest fan." That's a letter from my dad. So I don't know. Do your parents write you letters? I don't know. My parents are kind of awesome. Yeah. Anytime a transphobe loves to hop in my chat and be like, "I bet your parents are proud of you." I love to flex. I love to flex how awesome my parents are. Okay. Yeah. So shout out to my parents. I want to marry you, so dropping money makes sense to me. But you haven't even you haven't even spent money on the stream though. Why are people so aggressive? And they always assume your parents are disappointed of a trans person. I think people that say that usually know that if they were to be trans or gay, that their parents wouldn't accept them. And I think also too, they know that a lot of trans and gay people have parents that aren't accepting of them, so they assume, oh well, most trans people don't have accepting parents, or a lot of trans people don't have accepting parents. So a lot of them, like, they make that assumption. And also it's like it's transphobia. They're hoping that they can get a dig at me because, like, obviously if you have parents that you've gone on contact with, or parents that have disowned you or are like disappointed in like you being trans, like obviously a comment like that would hurt someone very deep. But like, my parents are very much a present part of my life and always have been. So yeah. Um uh yeah. Okay. Also thank you Kyle for the follow on Twitch. Thank you very much. I keep like touching my neck thinking there's a necklace there. I wish my parents was that awesome. Mine told me they supported my transition, and then when I started transitioning, they told me they couldn't accept me for transitioning. That's rough. Hopefully they'll come around though. Like, parents can change. And even though I do have supportive parents and parents that have always been supportive of my transition, it still took them like 6 months to get like my name and pronouns, which like early on in my transition annoyed me, that they like didn't get it right away. But I don't know, like, the longer I've transitioned, I'm like, it makes sense that it did take my parents a while to get like used to like my new name and pronouns, because it's like they had known me for 18 plus years as my dead name. So, but yeah. 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 I thought you only posted on Insta. That's where I know you from. Oh, well then, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I don't only post on Instagram. I live stream on Twitch every single night. I don't go live on YouTube every single night. I go live on YouTube most nights. But yeah. That's probably because your parents were born in the late 70s, early 80s. Now, your parents would have been born, it could possibly be different. Generations have changed. My dad was born in the late 60s, and my mom was born in the early 70s. But my grandparents, both sets of my grandparents, accept me as well. I think the difference is like some parents have an idea, like, in their head of who their kid should be. But my grandparents on my dad's side, both of them are silent generation, and my mom's parents are boomers, and they both accept me. I think it doesn't have anything to do with generational. I think like accepting someone's trans identity has more to do with like loving and respecting someone, because like like if you have respect for someone, and you love someone, you'll make the effort to like use the name they prefer, you know? It's like if I had a friend whose name was like Jim Bob, and they were like, "Yo, could you use the nickname Bob instead of Jim Bob every time?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." You know? I think it's a judgment of whether you care about a person enough to make an effort to like change, to like treat them better or the way they want to be treated, right? And it's not just like about gender, right? Like if a family member is like, "Hey, you're doing this thing that really annoys me." It's like, are you going to actually make the effort to stop doing that, or are you going to like ruin your relationship with them, you know? Um uh uh um yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, by the government doesn't need to call him Jim Bob. Yeah, I mean a government name is different from like how you prefer to be named, right? Like that's what I never get is when people whine about like a trans person using a different name, or they're like, I'm gonna keep using this trans person's dead name. It's like you use people's nicknames all the time, right? Like I have a friend named Josephine, but we call her Joe. Like I'm not gonna be like, and that's what she likes to be called. So I'm not gonna just like also welcome in first time chatter. Um yeah. Yeah. I got stuck in an ad, so I'm not sure if you answered yet. Sorry if I misspelled it. Do you still have the definition of woman that's not vague and encompasses both women and trans women? Yeah, bro, you get timed out.
Find she, raised hand emoji,
Also,
neutral
thank you
face
for the
emoji,
fine
raised back of a
sheet.
hand emoji.
Yeah, I'm fine shit, by the way. Thank you. Thank you for the $2, though. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Uh, I twin, about how horrible everyone else is being. Yeah. People do be horrible in my YouTube chat, but it's like, it's whatever. Um, yeah. Uh, yes, you, don't have to use a current name, or the current gender, but it's respect. Yeah. Yeah, like if a trans person says they want to go by a new name, it's just the respectful thing to do to call someone by a new name, right? Like if someone says, "Oh, they want to like even before like I transitioned, like people called me a name that wasn't my legal name." So like, and I wasn't going to be like it would have been weird if someone used my legal name. I would have been like, "Why the fuck did you call me that?" Like, yeah. Uh So it's just like it's more just about being regular with people. Yeah. Don't treat trans women like they're aliens. Yeah. Exactly. Or like to whenever people complain about trans people's pronouns, I'm like just use their name, you know? Like I feel like if you don't agree with like like if you're like, "Oh, I hate pronouns. Pronouns are so hard." You can just use someone's name. That's like the whole point. Pronouns are used in place of someone's name. That's the whole like linguistic purpose of a pronoun. It's good to be respectful, even if you disagree with the concept of trans people. Dead naming is not nice. Exactly, exactly. Like there's a difference between like disagreeing with something and being disrespectful. You know, like do I agree with religion? No. But am I going to be disrespectful and say your religion isn't valid? No, because that's disrespectful. That's rude. You know. Um. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. No one cares. No one thinks your pronouns are hard. They just think you spelled the R word wrong. That's kind of embarrassing. Gonna say the R word. Can I be a mod? I don't trust people that I've only seen in chat once to be mod. Yeah. So, but yeah. Being an apologist makes me such a nerd. What are you? I get where your thoughts are coming from, though. Yeah. Uh, I don't even know how to say your name, but welcome in, first time chatter. We love a first time chatter. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, your YouTube chat is full of assholes. Yeah, I know. I know. But then they get banned. Then they never come back. LAFMO, that means stop in French. What do you mean? Yeah, I find the old Jordan Peterson, I find pronouns difficult, so insufferable. Yeah. It's always the dickheads with small peepees who have no respect. Yeah. Yeah, because it is like, it's a respect thing, right? Like if someone says my name is blank, you don't go, yeah, I don't believe that. That's not your name. You know, it's just like yeah. I spy a rallet. Yes, I do have a rallet behind me. I'm sorry to ask, but what are your pronouns? She, her, as in she, her, on the screen right now. When you touch your hair, it makes them dirty. Yeah, I'm gonna keep touching my hair though. I don't think I'm gonna stop. I don't know. It is a bad thing. I do touch my hair a lot. Whenever I'm with my mom, she's like, "You touch your hair a lot." I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I do. I do." Yeah. But for me, imagine not having hobbies and bullying a stranger for being trans. For real, for real, for real. Yeah. I don't know, cause like if you're in someone's comment section leaving hate comments, that's just like a issue. Makeup tutorial. I didn't do anything that complex today. I just did I did like a red sparkly like eyeshadow on my eyelid. And then I took like a more like straight brush and did like a black eyeliner on like the corners. And then I did blush on my nose and then blush like on my cheekbones. And then I did some lip gloss, but I think the lip gloss has come off. So yeah. Yeah. Trans rights and lefts. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Praying for you. Thank you. Bro, it's kind of crazy how many Christians I got praying for me at one time. Like every single post that I post on like Facebook, I always get like a couple like I'm praying for you. I always get a couple people saying I'm praying for you. Every time I go live on YouTube, I get people saying I'm praying for you. So thank you guys for the prayers. Like maybe that's why I'm successful because you guys are like praying for me so much that God is like, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna let her succeed. She's gonna succeed. She's going places because you guys keep praying for me. Okay, God is hearing your prayers, and God's lifting me up, baby. God's lifting me up. That's true. That's true. Also, thank you for the 6-7. Yeah. Yeah, he's pseudo-intellectual. At least he seems to be coming apart at the seams now. Yeah, Jordan Peterson. I don't know, because Jordan Peterson is like one of those like pseudo. I mean, he did have like a doctorate in psychology, but I feel like it's kind of interesting because his books have like mediocre like advice, but then I feel like people read one of his books and then maybe they watch like one of his like shows or something and they're like, what the fuck? Also, thank you, Maverick, for the follow. Thank you very much. Can I get a shout out for some prayers? Yeah, everybody giving program in some prayers. They're actually evil, homosexual, and they need to be prayed for, guys. Can we pray for them? Hi from Portland, Oregon. Oh my God, Portland, Oregon. You know what's crazy? They actually have organs in Portland, Oregon. Like, I guarantee you there's probably quite a few organs, like the instrument, in Portland, Oregon. They got quite a few organs in Oregon, you know? Technically, every single person in Oregon has organs. Wow, wow. Bet you never thought about that. Bet you never thought about that. Also, Jordan Peterson is the Kermit the Frog, but emotionally unstable. Oh, that's funny. Also, chat. Also,
Flow
chat.
state.
Also, thank you for the flow state. Chat. I have to pee so bad, chat. I have to pee. Okay, chat. I do have to pee, okay? I'm putting the bird in charge, chat. Chat, the bird's in charge. The bird is in charge. I'm going to the bathroom, okay? Do as she says. Okay, I gotta pee so bad. Holy fuck, dude. I'm gonna pee my pants. Or actually, maybe I'm not gonna pee my pants. I think I'm good. Holy moly, chat. You would not believe it. You would not believe it. You would not believe it. Okay? I walked 5 miles. 5 miles uphill, both ways, just to be able to pee. Just to be able to pee. But I'm back now. I'm back now. Now you might be saying, Pappy, how did you walk 5 miles both ways uphill, okay, to use the bathroom? How did you do that so quickly? And I did that because I'm transgender and I have a biological advantage, and I can run a mile in like 5 seconds. So that's how I was able to do it so fast. That's how I was able to make it to the bathroom so fast, guys. It's called speed. It's called speed and biological advantage, okay? This is true reason why they don't want trans women playing in sports. But that is why I'm here. That's why I'm back, guys. Being trans has superpowers? Yeah, the longer you're on HRT, actually the more superpowers you develop as a trans person. It's actually kind of crazy. It's actually like I can levitate, I can read minds, I can change people's gender, I can levitate, I can lift like 5 times my body weight, I can like drink like a gallon in like less than a second. Like it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I can actually run a 4-minute and 40-second mile. That's actually really impressive. That's really impressive. I think the fastest mile I've ever run was like an 8-minute mile. I think I ran like a 7:40 in like middle school. But I'm not good at running. I'm not a runner. Okay? I'm not a runner. I don't run. Um, not a runner. Not a runner. I can fly. Oh yeah, that does happen. That does happen to trans people. Also, thank you. I missed it. I missed it. The 13th Fool. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Thank you. Sorry, I missed that. I was in the bathroom. Do you ever wear fake eyelashes? I have never worn fake eyelashes. Sometimes I'd like to try though. Guys, should I try to do a fake eyelash stream? Should I try to maybe. I can't run. I'm not fit, lol. I only walk. Look, I can run. I don't like to run. I get really bad shin splints when I run. Also I just like running's not for me. Like am I physically active? Am I physically fit? Yes. Do I run? No. Do I do a lot of cardio? Yes. Does it involve running? No. You might say, "Oh, well, how do you do cardio if you don't run?" I skateboard a lot. We are slipping knots. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. Oh, what verse was missed? There was a fun not to refute. Okay. Fake eyelashes isn't enough to make a whole stream about. Yeah. I did kind of think it would be a funny stream bit if like one time when I went up to go pee, I just like hopped in the shower really quick and then like got like very wet and then came back and be like, guys, I didn't make it to the toilet in time. I feel like that'd be a really funny bit. I also walk a lot too. I did cardio by walking in downtown Chicago and getting lost for hours. Yeah. Yeah. Unless they were like really long, maybe it would be funny. Yeah, what are like the longest fake eyelashes that money can buy? Also, thank you, Bruno, for the follow on Twitch. Twitch? Yeah, I'll be twitching. Yeah, I was twitching, guys. That was a Twitch joke. Oh my god. Do you guys get it? Cause like I was actually twitching. Yeah. I thought about going to the in-person Streamer University auditions today, but then I was like, it was at like 1:00, and I was like, they cut off the line at a certain point, and I was like, do I want to drive 30 minutes to like wait in a line for probably like 2 hours or more to like pitch to Kai Cenat that I'm a goated ass streamer that should be on Streamer University? I was like, nah, that's too much effort. And that's why I probably won't be at Streamer University. But maybe I will. Maybe they'll look at me and they'll go, whoa, she kind of built different. Yeah, I also didn't want to wake up early. Guys, I'm lazy. What can I say? I'm lazy. Okay, I'm lazy. Okay. What is the stream title? I can't. Well, I'm saying I support left-handed trans people too. Like as an ambidextrous trans person, like I don't think just trans right-handed people should yeah. Slay, I'm a trans femme girly as well. But have homophobic parents, sadly. That's rough. Luckily, I'll be your mommy. You can come to me. I'll give you uppies. Yeah, I'll be your mom. I'll be your mommy. But welcome in, Robin Fim, first time chatter. Also, welcome in, first time chatter, Bruno. Yeah. She doesn't put people in timeout. The mods do. Yeah. Well, it's the auto mod. Stream Elements. I have Stream Elements auto mod for me, and I have a bunch of words that will get you automatically timed out. Yeah. But I also too sometimes when I see people I rights for all the people with yeah. Also thank you, Chad's Perlock. thank you for the follow. I hope you're a Chad. Well, if you followed me, it's because you're already a Chad. Yeah, that was a pretty good joke. Also, thank you, Robin Finn, for the follow on Twitch. Wow, I envy your hair. Yeah, it is. My hair is pretty great. My hair is pretty great. Yeah, I use Kevin Murphy shampoo and conditioner. I need to reach out to them and be like, hey, people always give me compliments on my hair. I feel like I need to do that. Yeah. My bad for assuming you had mods that squad that hated me. Yeah, no, it's not like individual mods that hate people. Like people get on here and be like, "Oh my god, your mods are too strict." It's not me. I have a stream element set up so that if people say certain words in chat, it times you out. Or oftentimes if you spam the same message multiple times or too many emojis, it will time you out. I have the timeout set to 120 seconds, so 2 minutes. But yeah, if you keep repeat offending, then I think it times you out a little bit longer. But I also just like ban people away. Bro, people are being so mean for no reason. That's what I'm saying. Do you ever ban people? Oh yeah, yeah. Like obviously my auto mod catches a lot of people, but like people that slip through, or I can see the message kind of slightly before auto mod gets to it. So I do ban people. My Twitch chat has less of like less guardrails on it. Because Twitch chat obviously isn't as rowdy as YouTube chat. And also I have Pinballer, who's a mod that's actually my my Twitch chat. Pinballer doesn't want to mod my YouTube chat, which makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Yeah. Yeah. Trans rights are human rights. Yes, they are. What are you drinking? Oh, it's a iced tea. Yeah, I made a watermelon iced tea. So that's what I'm sipping on. Watermelon iced tea. It's actually really good. It's really refreshing. Why does everyone you raid always recognize Pinballer? Are they like famous on Twitch or something? Bro, Pinballer kind of be a little bit of a polyamorous, okay, slut, okay? They be bouncing around from trans Twitch streamer to trans Twitch streamer, okay? They mod for multiple trans Twitch streamers, okay? They're a little polyamorous mod, okay? They mod for mini chats, okay? They know quite a bit about it. Is she drinking apple cider vinegar? No, it's just poop water. It's sewage water. Water that I get from the sewers. Fresh sewer water, by the way, guys. UK has been pretty rough to trans people recently. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah. OF win? Never. Never. Also, thank you for the gold coin. Yeah. Can I please get a shout out? Sorry, I don't really do like shout outs like that. Yeah. Yeah. Watermelon iced tea, what? This is watermelon iced tea. So I made iced tea, and then I made watermelon juice, and I put the watermelon juice in the iced tea. So, thus I have watermelon iced tea. Yeah. Hey, I'm back. Welcome back. You the first trans person I find attractive. Cool. Sewer water has plenty of vitamin C. Yes, dude. Guys, poop water is the next big thing, okay? You've heard about raw milk. Okay, you've heard about raw meat. Okay, next is sewage water, guys. Poop water is the next big thing. Okay, guys? Straight from the sewers. Refined sewer water. Okay, it's got a nice earthy, minerally kind of taste. It's good for you because it has all like the vitamins and minerals that are in people's stool. That tastes good. Also, thank you, Rain, Summers, Sis Fun. Thank you for the follow. I'm making a heart with one hand because, like, the other hand is my poop water. So, how often do you stream? I stream on Twitch every single night. Yeah. Poop water has vitamin P. That's what I'm saying. Vitamin P. Vitamin P, guys. Yep, got plenty of vitamin P. Yeah. Could you please stop? Yeah, I'm never gonna stop. I can never stop. I can't stop. Is that a joke? Or, oh, yeah. Drinking out of a ball cup? Yes, I do drink out of a mason jar, guys. I do drink out of a mason jar. Okay? I love your, vids on YouTube. When I was on my old account, but I was never able to join on Twitch. Well, welcome in. Glad you're here. Hopefully you're queer. Yippee! Yeah, never stop. I will never stop. Thank you. Love your eye makeup. Thank you. Talking about drinking sewer water is my first impression of this channel. Guys, it's not actually sewer water, okay? It's watermelon iced tea, okay? It's a normal... Here, you guys can smell it. It's watermelon iced tea. Okay? It's not poop water, guys. What even is vitamin C? It's vitamin cock. And then you have vitamin D, which is vitamin dick. And then you have vitamin B, which is vitamin boobs. And then you have vitamin A, which is vitamin ass. And then you have vitamin E, which is vitamin E cup. Those are like those are like some vitamins that you need, you know? Obviously there's way more vitamins, but those are like the ones you need. Yeah. Vitamin K for cunnilingus. I figured it wasn't actually sewer water. You had me cackling. Love your sense of humor. Thank you. Kirk. Holy moly. Chatter said Kirk, guys. Guys, do you ever think about how we are Charlie Kirk? We carry the flame. We fight for the gospel. We honor his name. We are Charlie Kirk. Our courage is untamed. Wow. What good singing. Vitamin F is for farts? Yo, I'm learning something new every day. Yeah. Different vitamins. What are the different vitamins? What are the different vitamins? Okay, yeah. What are the different vitamins? Okay, the different vitamins. Okay, you have vitamin A, which is vitamin ass. You have vitamin C, which is vitamin cock. You have vitamin D, which is vitamin dick. Okay, you have vitamin E, which is vitamin E cups. You have vitamin K, which is vitamin cock, but spelled with a K. You have vitamin B, which is vitamin boobies. That's B1, B2, B3, B6, and B12. And B5 and B7 and B9. So those are like all the different vitamins you can get. So yeah, like those are what you can get. Also Pinballer, if you could do like OF, both capital letters as a block term as well, that'd be great. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you for blocking that term. But yeah, those are the different vitamins you have. Charlie Kirk was a fake Christian. Charlie Kirk was the greatest man to ever live, guys. So sad that he's gone. You know, it's kind of crazy how he did lose the debate about gun violence. You know, I saw a comedian. I saw a comedian the other day, and she was like, "Yeah, Charlie Kirk lost the debate about gun violence by a long shot." It was such a good joke. It was such a good joke. I was like, she kind of right though. She kind of right though. Yeah. Yeah. Left-handed trans girl here, love being sinister. Yeah, we love committing sin. This chat, if you're in this chat, we love committing sin, okay? We love committing sin. We love committing sin. We love committing adultery, okay? We love committing premarital. What are all the sins? What are all the sins? What are the 10 commandments? Yeah. Yeah, what are the 10 commandments? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We love having other gods, okay? We love saying the Lord's name in vain, okay? We love hating on thine mother and thine father. Actually, I don't. Actually, I like my mom and dad. We actually love committing murder, okay? We love committing adultery. We love stealing, okay? We love being false witnesses, okay? Okay, we love coveting thy neighbor's wife, and we love coveting thy neighbor's goods, baby. Okay, that's what we love doing in this chat. That's like those are like our like 10 things of fun we like doing. So yeah, those are like our favorite activities in this chat. So also thank you Beef Mang for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. That was very cool. Very swag indeed. Swagalicious. You guys ever feel like swagalicious? And sometimes dare I even say fergalicious? Dare I even say fergalicious? You know, sometimes I feel swagalicious, sometimes I feel fergalicious, okay? Sometimes I feel... Okay, oops, guys. Oops, I accidentally hit the, Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. You guys ever feel about Canadians? Yeah. Bro spamming gay in my chat. Yeah, I'm gay. I'm gay. Do your parents love you? They do. They do. They do love me. So yeah. Pappy, do you date men or women? Yes. Yes. To both. I date your mom and your dad. Okay? Me and your mom and dad are in a polyamorous relationship. And like me and your mom and dad were waiting to tell you. Because like we didn't know how you were gonna take it. You know, like the trans streamer that's funny online is like dating your mom and dad that you're a viewer of. And like I met them because I went to your profile and then I like did a deep dive on you. And then I found both your parents and I said, wow, they're so hot, you know, and I hit up both your mom and your dad and then we got to it. We got right down to it, okay? And now we're in a polyamorous relationship. We're in a polycule. Very cute, very sweet. Also, thank you, the 13th Full for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. That was very awesome. That was very awesome and cool. Trans people need to have rights. And lefts, too. I'm saying trans people, rights and lefts, okay? Some trans people like me are ambidextrous. Some trans people are left-handed. Not just trans rights matter, guys. You know, it's what I'd be saying. Trans people of all kinds need rights and protections. Yeah. Not mine. My mom's in heaven and my dad's in hell. Ooh. Well, how do you know I'm not sleeping with your parents, though? Just because they're dead doesn't mean I can't sleep. That's so bad. That's so bad. I shouldn't make that joke. Why do so, yeah. 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 Wiping and writing with your right hand is proper haram. I write with my right hand, but I wipe with my left hand. So I guess I'm not haram, you guys. Guys, I guess Allah's not gonna be happy with me. Okay, I'm gonna pass, and then the day of judgment's gonna come, and you're gonna say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! You wiped with your left hand." That's wackadoodle. They're gonna say that's wackadoodle. You're not allowed up here. You're not allowed. You're not allowed in here. What's the deal with T for T? It's just trans people that like to date other trans people. But if you're trying to say it like, what's the deal with T for T? That was my best Seinfeld impression. Yeah. The fact my dad walked past me listening to you say that you would sleep with him and my mom was hilarious. Well, he would see me and recognize who I am. So I'm surprised he didn't say anything. Probably because he was embarrassed. Like, he was like, "Oh, why is she saying something? I'm not ready for that. Not ready for that, you know." Yeah. You're a very clean person. I do. I shower at least like 12 times a day. So, why did you say what the fuck? Not funny. I think my chat would like to disagree with that, chatter. See, I think I am pretty funny. Twitch ads. You guys want to know something? Believe it or not, you can get rid of Twitch ads. What? Chat, if you subscribe to my Twitch chat with a Twitch subscription or Twitch Prime, you can get an ad-free viewing experience while also supporting the channel. Also, thank you, Moldy Chaz, for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. That was very poggers indeed. Yeah. Just pay big corporation money to avoid ads. Yeah, but I get like 55% of the money that you give to said big corporation to avoid the ads. So, it also does support me. Yeah. Who killed Charlie Kirk? That sounds like a murder mystery to me. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Yeah. You seem like you're great company as well. I am. Are you trans? Yes, I am a trans woman. What's wrong with Kirk? Yeah. Guys, rip Charlie Kirk. He was so annoying. He was so annoying, and he was so good at debating college-age kids. What about trans people without hands? Yo, you right, so. I should respect. What happened to Charlie Kirk? Is he okay, right? Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy. Charlie Kirk hasn't said anything racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic in like the past almost like year at this point. It's crazy how quiet Charlie Kirk has been. Like, he really just like, I guess like fell to the side, you know? And now Erica Kirk took up the mantle. Crazy that happened. You know, I don't even know what happened. You know, where's Charlie Kirk, guys? Where'd he go? What happened? Where is he? Are we allowed to ask? Pappy, are you left-handed? I'm ambidextrous. Yeah. Phew, I was worried there for a second. I know, right? Charlie Kirk said not trans rights. Charlie Kirk said actually women's rights, and that's why he put Erica Kirk as the CEO of Turning Point USA now. Because Charlie Kirk cared about women's rights enough to make Erica Kirk the CEO of Turning Point USA. I know, I didn't believe Charlie Kirk was that much of a feminist, but he really does care about women. Can you guys believe that? Wow. Yeah. So, Are you saying Erica Kirk is trans, or am I missing something? No, I'm saying Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk. You know, stepped aside. Maybe not. Fell to the side, and he's let Erica Kirk take the mantle. He said, actually, I do think women should have leadership positions, and so yeah. So now he's letting Erica Kirk run the show because he's a feminist and he wants women to have leadership roles in the conservative environment. No bullshit. You would be a great spokesperson / model for great skincare. I do wear sunscreen all the time. Okay, you guys want to know my trick to my skincare routine? I use lotion and sunscreen. Okay, guys, sunscreen. Okay, literally use sunscreen. Okay, sunscreen is like the best thing you can do for your skin. Okay, regardless of what age you are, using sunscreen will do wonders for your skin. Okay. I'm telling you this. Also, so you don't get skin cancer. Okay. Isn't the Conservative Party run by Israel? It's not just the Conservative Party, bro. No. I don't think Israel has like a lot of sway over the American government due to how much lobbying and like PAC money they spend in US elections. But do they solely control the government? No. No more sexy green Eminem. This is the rule now. This is the goal now. Am I supposed to be attracted to this? What's going on? I cannot do the Tucker Carlson. Poop water? Yes! Someone actually recognized the poop water! It's iced tea. But welcome in, first time chatter! Oh my god. Also, thank you for gigantifying the emote Amber Ranch. Amber Ranch sounds delicious. I would eat an Amber Ranch. That sounds pretty good. Tretinoin is great for the skin too. I don't know. What sunscreen do you use? I use a Neutrogena. I think I have it in my bag. Hold up, chat. I'm grabbing. This is the sunscreen that I use. If I go outside, I use the 70 FPS Ultra Sheer Dry Touch sunscreen. It's the sunscreen that I use. Has vitamin E in it as well. So, wow. Is it greasy? Most sunscreens in the US are, but I'd rather have a greasy sunscreen than like skin cancer in 20 to 30 years. So that's a price I'm willing to pay, like if the sunscreen makes me a little oily, whatever, I don't care, I can take a shower, okay? I can take a shower and wash sunscreen off. You know what you can't wash off? Skin damage. Yeah, that shit lasts forever. So take care of your skin. It's your largest organ. Okay? Taking care of your skin's important because it's your largest organ, and one of your most important organs too. It protects your whole body. If you didn't have skin, everything would just kind of like fall out and you'd kind of die. So your skin is your largest organ and probably your most important organ. So yeah. She's saying a dead person being quiet is crazy. I did say that about Charlie Kirk. I'm curious who's sitting here modding. It's an auto mod. It's Dream Elements. I've Stream Elements modding. The sun is poison. Not exactly. Like the sun is definitely good for you. The sun definitely helps with like your mental health and stuff like that, like going outside. But wearing sunscreen just protects you from the harmful parts of the sun. So yeah, health is wealth. That is true. That is true. The healthier you are, the less money you have to spend at the doctor. And if you live in America, okay, the more that's the thing that I don't like so much about like American healthcare is it's American healthcare is very much about like fixing the problem when it happens rather than preventative care of preventing it from happening in the first place. Because if you take care of your health, regardless of what age you are, you're never too old or young to start taking care of your health, um, and trying to like take care of your health in whatever way possible. Whether that's wearing sunscreen or eating better or exercising or drinking more water. Like there's always small things that you can do, but taking like taking care of your health now will always be beneficial because it's way cheaper to take care of your health now than like 10 to 20 years down the line when you have like issues, you know? That's why neither doctors will refer you to herbal medicine. Okay, well, herbal medicine, okay, I always hate like the people who are like health conscious like that. Most drugs are developed from compounds that we find in plants. That's why so many different kinds of research are important, right? But like herbal remedies can, depending on the herbal remedy and whatever, can help. But doctors oftentimes don't prescribe herbal remedies because they aren't studied as much than pharmaceutical drugs. And a lot of pharmaceutical drugs that are prescribed to people are usually made from like herbs and plants and things we find in nature, you know? They're just the synthesized versions of it. Doctors work for big pharma in this country. Doctors don't get well, partly yes and no. Doctors don't work directly for big pharma. But sometimes big pharma will pay for doctors to be able to attend medical conventions and conventions that are about prescription drugs. Yes, it is a whole interlaced system. But I think that's not saying you shouldn't trust doctors, right? Like doctors do spend year at medical school. But that doesn't mean like if you are talking to a doctor, it's why you should also do your own research and talk to your doctor about multiple different options or avenues of care that might work for you, right? Rather than just solely listening to like what a doctor says. Like, right? Like you should be researching like your own health. And like, right, you don't know everything, right? You're not a doctor. So there are going to be things that are blind spots to you that a doctor might be able to point out. But there also might be parts where like you knowing more about your own health and your own body, yes, they do by writing prescriptions. Depends on the drug. Sometimes that's why the executives that like during like the opiate crisis, that's what like pharmaceutical execs got in trouble for. They got in trouble and arrested and spent time in jail. Not enough time in jail. They only spent like a year in jail because they're executives and it was technically a white collar crime. But they were paying doctors to prescribe opiates and stuff like that. But yeah. Yeah. But like you should still listen to doctors, right? And I feel like if you don't trust a doctor's opinion because you don't think they're reputable enough, then go to another doctor and get a second opinion, you know? There's nothing harmful about going to another doctor and getting a second opinion, you know? Oftentimes that helps with outcomes too, because two doctors might have very different solutions to the same problem. Yeah. So, uh, but yeah, I think it is important to also research the medications that you're getting prescribed. And I don't think a lot of people do that. Like a lot of people never look at like the like warnings on drug labels. They just take the drug that the doctor gives them. Um, I know healthy. I know people that lived healthy and died young, and I also know people that did the opposite and are still living to this day. Yeah, that's why I said everybody's body is different, right? Like everybody's body is different, and you have to find out what medical avenues are right for you and what things work for you. Like, right? Like someone's diet, like my diet works for me, right? That's my diet works for me, you know? But someone else eating my same diet, they might not get enough vitamin A or like something like that, maybe because their body processes it differently, right? Yeah. So yeah. Uh fuck opiates and SSRIs are where it's at. Yeah. Opiates and SSRIs. Yeah, and also too like everybody's different, right? Like for example, I'm bipolar, but for me, I found that taking medication to help with my bipolar doesn't help me, right? Like it oftentimes makes my symptoms worse or it just makes me feel worse overall. Um like everybody's body is different, you know? Yeah. Um in the 1980s they had cortisol drugs that dropped cortisol from cholesterol from 350 to 200. Your brain needs fat. Now we have Alzheimer's. Okay, there's multiple different reasons for Alzheimer's, and we've had Alzheimer's forever. Alzheimer's and dementia is literally your brain deteriorating. It's holes forming in your brain. And that's not we've had Alzheimer's and dementia since before the 1980s, yes. And also too like a lot of medicine sometimes it gets approved by the FDA, but we don't know the long term effects, you know? That's why I say when you are on a medication, it's a risk. Do you have bipolar? Yes, I have bipolar 1. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on mood stabilizers, but they just make me feel tired. Yeah. And also too, I've noticed like being bipolar, most of the medication, like SSRIs and like mood stabilizers and stuff like that, most of them only fix the depression part. They never really fix the manic episodes, but it's the manic episodes for me that are scary. Um, Bipolar meds make things worse. For some people, they don't. That is not true. Some people they work fine, but for me, yeah. Yeah. We've had Alzheimer's longer than I can remember. Yeah. Or it's like when people say, oh, we have autism nowadays. No, it's just we're diagnosing it more. We're just diagnosing autism more, and we've realized that it's a spectrum. We're not just diagnosing the people who have like low functioning autism. It's also the people that have like medium and high functioning autism too that we're diagnosing as well, you know? Even Ronald Reagan had Alzheimer's. Yeah. Alzheimer's has existed for a long time. I said hi. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, I got put on a Sterilane, but I'm not sure if it's that useful. Me exploring bipolar type 2 and ADHD diagnosis. How did you arrive at your diagnosis? I've never been formally diagnosed, but I have seen like I've never been formally diagnosed, but all my symptoms line up with what bipolar 1 is. And I've tried 2 separate drugs for, like, medication-wise for it. And one of them made me have an allergic reaction, so... But also, too, a lot of SSRIs have horrible fucking side effects. Yeah. But yeah. Do you looks max? No, I think that shit's stupid. Like, do I take care of my appearance? And yes, but do I like looks max or like bone smash or do dumb shit like that? No. With you transitioning physically, do you think your mental is transitioning as well? As in how women think? Like, I mean, I feel like my brain is like always worked the way it has now, you know? But like in terms of like my way of thinking, I guess like does smoking weed help more than medication? I don't really smoke weed. I take an edible maybe like once a month, and it's literally just for me to literally usually once a month I take an edible, and usually I just like take a bath and then I just like watch a movie and go to bed, and it's kind of like a fun like monthly thing for me. But no. Hey, hope you're having an amazing day. Love your hair. Trying to get mine the same length. Uh, Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah. But yeah, not like smashing shit, or like surgery. That shit's not human. Yeah, I've never had any surgeries or anything like that. I don't know. I think looks maxing, they do have a bit of a point, and then they're like, yeah, looks matter. Looks do matter. But I think looks maxers say the only thing that matters is looks. But, like, yes, I'm attractive, but I'm also pretty funny. And I think that plays, I think that plays a part in, like, people liking me and enjoying being around me. Like, maybe people approach me because I'm attractive, but people spend time around me or like being around me because I'm fun and funny to be around, you know? And I'm a good person. Maybe I'm not a good person. Maybe I'm actually an evil person. What? Peppy's evil? No way! Oh my god. Yeah. You definitely feel emotions differently after starting HRT? Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. For me, like, emotionally, sure, I guess, like, emotions feel a little different. Because, like, before I took HRT, I just kind of felt, like, numb to the world. And I don't know if that was, like, the HRT that changed that or the depression. Because I have less depression now. So maybe it was just depression. But who knows? Yeah. Character matters more than appearance. Yeah. Like, appearances matter on first impression. But once someone starts talking to you, like, you see it. Like, whenever Clavicular's at, like, a bar or club, like, literally as soon as, like, a girl starts talking to him, they're like, ew, you are hot, and then you open your mouth. Do you use antidepressants with HRT? I'm not on any sort of, SSRI or mood stabilizer, no. No. Yeah. But how's your transition going? Good. I mean, I guess it's like I'm at the point in my transition where I guess like I mean life is a series of transitions, right? Like you'll always change and grow over time. Like that's just part of being a human. But antidepressants have bad long-term consequences. Depends on the mood stabilizer or antidepressant. But yeah, they didn't work for me. Being bipolar, like like the 2 that I tried, they didn't work for me. and also too, most of them have like horrible side effects. And like the psychiatrist that I went to didn't want to put me on any of like the mood stabilizers or SSRIs. Um, um, because I'm already at a low weight, and the ones that can affect your weight a lot, the psychiatrist was like, if you lose any more weight, you'll like die. So, yeah. Did your dating preferences change when you transitioned? I've always been bisexual, so no. I've always been bisexual before and after transitioning. So no. My dating preferences didn't change, no. I guess like I came out openly as bisexual after transitioning. But also welcome in Kinsey Eats Flies. You eat flies? Welcome in first time chatter. Are you technically bipolar depression or BPD girly? No, I've bipolar 1. Yeah, but I'd say with like my bipolar, I'm like 60% of the time, 60% of the time I'm like neutral. And then like I'd say like 30% of the time I'm in a depressive episode. And then the other 10% of the time I'm in like a manic episode, like a really bad manic episode. So, but yeah. But I mean, it's I don't know. I feel like this job has definitely helped me a lot with my mental health. Like obviously, because being a content creator, I can make my own hours, which has been actually really good for me being bipolar. Because like during times where I have depression, I can take it a lot easier. But then when I'm in manic episodes, it's like I can do 18 hours of work a day and no one can stop me. Do you prefer uploading on Instagram or TikTok? Recently I've been enjoying posting more on Instagram than TikTok. Interesting question for you. Do you have a ethnicity preference? No. No, I don't really care. I don't really care. Like, I don't know. I always find like people that have like ethnicity or like racial preferences, I always find that weird. Like in terms of like dating someone. Also, thank you, Kinsey Eats Flies. Thank you for the follow. Like, I don't know. A hot person is hot, okay? Hot people are hot, regardless of if they're, white, black, Asian. I don't care. A hot person's hot, dude. Like, okay. I don't discriminate when it comes to dating, okay? My roster of people that I've been with, okay, looks like a college diversity poster, okay? That shit's literally my dating life is like DEI, okay? Diversity and inclusion, okay? Inclusive of all genders and all colors, okay? And all sexualities. So, that's I'm literally a DEI dater, I guess. So that's that's like my dating life, I guess. But most people say they don't discriminate, but in reality they do. I don't though. Like I guess like I don't know. I feel like for me, like on dating profiles, it's like I don't know. There's types of guys, but it's not like an ethnic thing. Like whenever I see like a guy posted up next to like a car on like their dating profile, doesn't matter what race, I'm like, nope. There's things like that where I'm like, no, thank you. Or if like there's a guy on a dating profile and they don't have a bio. Like if you don't have a bio, why the fuck would I swipe on you? no personality. Hello. You should do more outside content. I've thought about that. I've thought about doing more IRL content. I think I do want to start doing more IRL content. I just need to do it. I'm like a little afraid to do it, you know. Also, too, I don't know how long my like battery life on my phone would last. But do you prefer online dating or finding someone in real life? I prefer online dating. Because like finding someone in real life as a trans person is a little frightening. Because like yeah, sure, I could go to a bar or like people hit on me when I go out, but it's like I don't want to tell a guy that I just met at a bar that I'm trans, because that can be pretty dangerous if you're a trans woman. So that's why I preferred online dating, because before I go on a date with someone, I can tell them I'm trans. So it's not even that it's intimidating. It's more just for my own safety, you know? I guess like if I was friends with someone and like I started developing romantic feelings for them, then like I guess sure, like meeting someone in person would be fine. Or like whenever I go to like if I go to like gay events or something, like I'll hit on like women at like lesbian events, I guess, or like lesbian things. But that's because like I know they're into me, you know. I know they're into women, you know. So online dating also saves time. I don't know about that. I mean, there's benefits to dating people like in person or online. But yeah. But I mean, would you find it more flattering to for someone to want you to date you in person or online? To me it doesn't really matter. I think for me the thing that's like for me the like litmus test is like whether someone will take me on a date. Because as a trans woman, my litmus test for usually men, most women usually if I match with women on dating apps, like if I tell them I'm trans, they don't really care. They're like still down to go on a date. But a lot of men like that I match with on dating apps will be interested in me, but not interested in taking me on a date, if that makes sense. Like they'll be interested in being like, "Oh, come over to my place," you know? But like as soon as I'm like, "Oh, I actually want to go out on a date." They're like, "Yeah, no, they're not going to do that." That's kind of my litmus test, cuz like if a guy's willing to take me on a date um and like treat and not treat me like some sort of secret or some sort of sexual fantasy, then like yeah. Cuz like even too for me it's like I don't want to partner or someone I'm dating to solely be interested in me as like a sexual fantasy or something sexual, you know? Because I don't want a relationship with someone that just views me in a sexual way, you know? I also want there to be like companionship. Um, Most dudes would take um, trans women seriously for long term relationships, or wouldn't take trans women for long term relationships. Uh, I believe the data would back this up. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think it is kind of like when you are a trans woman like me who dates men. Okay, when you're a trans woman like me who dates men, you start to realize there's a lot of men who will only see you as a trans woman as a sexual object. They don't want to try, they are interested in you sexually, but they're not interested in you romantically because they're afraid of what their friends or family um, or what they might think about it, you know? Um, but But, yeah. But, then, if you're, yeah, so that's kind of my litmus test as like a trans woman who dates men. It's like, are they willing to take me out on a date, you know? Because it's like, I know they would take a cis woman out on a date. So it's like, will they take me out on a date or not? And I think a lot of people don't think that straight men or cis men are attracted to trans women, but I can tell you from my DMs and my like matching with people on dating apps, because I don't put in my like Tinder profile that I'm trans. I usually tell people I'm trans before we plan a first date. Like usually it gets to the point where like I want to give them my number so we can plan a first date, and I say, hey, just so you know, I'm trans. And a lot of guys would be like, oh, that's cool. Let's just like meet at my place, you know, let's not go out on a date. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not gonna work for me. Yeah. I heard Kat Black say something like that. Yeah. I mean, she is a straight trans woman, so yeah. And most straight and bi trans women will tell you the exact same thing. There are definitely men that are attracted to trans women because obviously we're women. But they're only attracted to the extent of like, I think it's also too like socially, like even though I am a passing trans woman, right? Like they don't want to have to date a trans woman long term and then have to explain to their friends or family that they're seeing a trans woman, you know? Yeah. That's the problem with online dating, to be honest. I don't think it's an online dating thing. I think it's an in-person thing too. Like I feel like there's lots of men that hit on me in public, but if I were to tell them I was trans, they would have like a reaction of like, oh my god, like I can't believe this, you know? Also, chat, I do have to pee again. I have to pee again. Okay, but this time I'm just zooming in on the bird. Let me zoom in. Okay, guys, the bird's in charge now. The bird's in charge. The bird's in charge. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Holy moly. Okay, chat, I'm back. Oh wait. Why does the creeper plushie look like a penis? Because it does. What's wrong? You hate penises? Yeah, it does look like a penis, guys. It does look like a penis. Hold up, chat. Hold up, chat. Whoa! Whoa, guys. Sorry, I gotta flop it out. Hold up, chat. Let me... Hold up, chat. Wait. Hey, ladies. Oh, wait. Let me try this again. Chat. Let me try this. Hello, ladies. Oh, looks like my creeper's happy to see ya. That was it, because it looks like a penis. So fucking stupid. It even has balls, too. Okay, yes. But that's what the creeper looks like in Minecraft, bro. You're gonna tell me the creeper in Minecraft doesn't look like a penis, dude? The creeper looks like a penis, bro. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. That's just Minecraft. That's literally... Do you guys see the sword on my wall? My diamond sword, you can't afford. That's a, my diamond sword, you can't afford. Yeah, you guys don't get to see the rest of my room all the time. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Wow, what an amazing, quaint little room, you know? Tobuscus? Yes. Tobusk in these nuts. Okay, that was cringe. Cringe. Normally I don't do cringe, but that was pretty cringe. Yeah. Butt chat. That's my... I literally adjust my tripod and then it slowly drifts the other way. I'm like, what the hell? Stay in one place. God damn. I'm back. Do you play games? I do from time to time. Not today, though. Yesterday I was playing Overwatch, but, yeah. Yeah. It even has balls. Yeah, you guys are, yeah, so... Oh, also thank you, Zay Link for the follow. And also thank you, Sweet RT, for the follow as well. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Pappy, did you ditch us mid-stream yesterday on purpose? Oh, her computer rebooted? Yes, that is true. My computer did, crash yesterday. When will there be a Night Rain stream? I don't own Elden Ring. I don't own Night Rain. So there will never be a Night Rain stream. Butt chat. Sometimes I say chat and I'm like, whoa, chat. That was actually kind of the shit, dude. That was actually kind of crazy, dude. I literally did. Bro, I sound like XQC. XQC moment. Why does XQC sound like that? Like, I don't know how to explain it. XQC, like, sounds, like, I don't know how else to explain how XQC sounds. Like, XQC sounds so interesting, you know? Like, I don't understand XQC's voice, but he has like no one else where XQC is from has a voice like that. Like, I don't understand it. Also, thank you, Hot Rod, for the follow on Twitch. Thank you very much. Speech dyslexia. I do have dyslexia. I got dyslexia. I'll put the sexy in dyslexia, by the way, chat. Are you doing his voice on purpose? Dude, I'm literally not making fun of XQC, dude. Dude, I don't even know what you're saying, dude. I'm trying to do, like, my best XQC impression. And it's okay. It's not bad. I feel like it could use some work. Dude, I used to be, number one in the tank in Overwatch, dude. Dude, I don't even know what the dude XQC is even saying, dude. Like, dude, like, I don't even know, dude. Dude, yeah. He says dude a lot. I say like and a lot, so I'm kind of just as bad. There's something compelling about his stuttering, to be frank. To be frank, that's what trans men want to be. There are some trans men out there that are like, to be frank, and they literally want to be frank. Like that's like their new name. That's like how they want to be referred to as. He's kind of cute, not gonna lie. Did you just say XQC is cute? There ain't no way in hell. There ain't no way. No way in hell. No way in hell you said XQC is cute. That's crazy. What? Dude, no way. That's part of his appeal, is his weirdness? Yeah. I can't believe like Rick Harrison's cute. Dude, XQC looks like every single school shooter. And I'm that is kind of but like but like that's kind of what XQC looks like. XQC looks like a 30-year-old in a 16-year-old's body. That's like that's I don't know. XQC looks like his hair and the way he dresses is like a 16-year-old, but he's in like the body of a 30-year-old, you know? At least it's not as bad as Asmongold. Okay, Asmongold is bro, I genuinely don't understand how people watch Asmongold. Bro, guys, if you ever see a roach crawl on top of my fucking shirt and I like don't notice it, or I just like flick it off, you guys, I hope you guys go, oh my god, what the fuck, bro, we cannot trust what she's saying. Okay? It's over for Asmongold? I don't know. He's one of the biggest streamers on Twitch. Like, I don't think Asmongold's career is over. I think, did that happen to Asmongold? You guys haven't seen the Asmongold fucking, Asmongold Roach. I can't believe Asmongold Roach. I can't believe you guys haven't seen that. I can't believe you guys haven't seen, I can't believe you guys haven't seen this clip. I can't believe you guys haven't seen this clip. Holy fucking shit, guys. Holy fuck. Oh my god! Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Wait. Wait, guys. I found the best. Holy shit, guys. Holy shit. Guys, dude. Literally, I found the best clip ever for this, okay? Speaking of XQC, guys. Holy fucking shit, guys. Holy fucking shit. Okay, look, XQC, react in the left. Okay? Asmongold. Look, the roach, it just flew! Dude. Ah! Look, it's right there, dude. It's right there. There's a reason he's called Asmongold, dude. Ah! And he just throws it on the ground. He doesn't even crush it. He throws it on the ground. Ah! Dude, why do people listen to Asmongold, dude? Why the fuck? Why? He's so gross, dude. He's so gross. Holy fucking shit. I'm surprised he didn't eat it. Honestly, true. Honestly, that's a good source of protein. Bug protein. Honestly, I'm surprised that like bug protein hasn't become like a thing in the health world, you know? That's some low-cal behavior. I know. It's so crazy. It's so wild. It's so. Ew. It's gross. Gross. Ew. Ew. Yow. Ew. Yow. I don't know why I keep going ew, yow. This was like. Okay. But chat. Do you guys ever think about gay people? I think about gay people quite a bit, guys. I think about gay people. Chat, I'm not. Chat. Let me be honest. Chat. Let me be honest. Let me be honest. Chat. Gay people, big fan. Big fan. Chat. Okay. All right, guys. Oof. All right, guys, join the raid. If you don't join the raid, I will fart in your water. Actually, you guys will probably. I'll actually poison your water. I'll fill it with lead and arsenic, and you will explode and die if you don't join the raid, chat. If you don't join the raid. All right. Bye, chat.